Hello and welcome to Columbia International University, the site for the 8th edition of the Bash here in Columbia, South Carolina. We've got the second game of day 2 of the Bash after a terrific finish, to say the least, in the game between Winston-Salem Christian and Liberty Heights, and a buzzer-beating win for the Winston-Salem Christian Lions on the game-winning two-point jumper by Jordan Wildy to take down Liberty Heights 57-55. We have another terrific matchup on tap for you here in just a moment. It's the Arizona Compass Prep Dragons taking on the Dorman Cavaliers. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me here on QCBroadcasting.com alongside Josh Marlowe. I'm Jackson Kaplan. Both starting labs being introduced. And Josh, another great matchup, another matchup that I was really looking forward to. Particularly, I was really excited to watch Arizona Compass Prep, currently ranked as a top 5 team in the entire nation for high school basketball, come all the way from Chandler, Arizona. They're 11-0 on the season. They've just rolled right through their schedule. But they go up against the 4-time defending 5A state champion Dorman Cavaliers. But for Dorman, off to a little bit of a tough start this year, but they've got a big-time test going up against a top 5 in the nation team.
Yeah, no, I think everyone here is wanting to see what Arizona Compass Prep is about. They're a top 5 team in the nation, but they're on the West Coast, so we don't know a whole lot about them. They've got some bright uniforms. That's about all I can tell you. Ty Washington, from what we know, is pretty legit. 4-star point guard, going to Creighton, number 12 point guard in the nation, but like Liberty Heights, like some of these other schools, they've got college guys up and down their roster. And for Dorman, you've got a great big man in Noah Clowney and a lot of good complementary players. If they want to win this game, those guys will have to play at a really high level because they're a younger team despite coming off winning a state championship a season ago.
Of course, it starts for Dorman. It starts with their head coach, Thomas Ryan, entering his 14th season as the head coach of the Cavaliers. A career record entering the season, 278 wins, 75 losses. Last year, an outstanding season, 30-1 overall, 14-0 in league play. They won their 4th straight 5A state championship with a 65-46 win over Dutch Fork. Their one loss last year was not a terrible loss. Lost to Oak Hill Academy, 63-52 in their 3rd game, but they won 28 straight games right after that on their way to a state title. Last year for Arizona Compass Prep, 24-6 overall, 10-3 in league play. They fell to Glenview College Prep, 72-68 in the 2nd round of the playoffs last year. Arizona Compass Prep 11-0, Dorman at 3-2. Second game, day 2 of the Bash. Thanks for joining us here on QCBroadcasting.com. Dorman obviously in the light blue. Arizona Compass Prep in the lime green. Definitely an interesting uniform there. Number of players got the lime green shoes to go with it as well. Should be a fun one here tonight. About to tip it off. Crowd continuing to file in here at Columbia International University. Again, we were originally supposed to play at Cardinal Newman, but moved location here to CIU. Definitely a great venue. We are just about to tip it off here for game number 2. Hopefully we can get an encore of game 1 as the tip will go to Dorman. And we are underway as Davison Wright, the 6-foot senior guard, will take it and get it off to Jalen Breezeal. Ty Washington with the steal. Here comes Glenn Taylor Jr. Gets it back to Ty Washington. So, kick it out to Taylor. They'll reset with A.J. Storr. I'll talk about all of the star power on this Arizona Compass Prep team in just a moment and throughout the game.
They've got a lot of it.
Yes, it's a lot to talk about. We could spend a whole broadcast talking about, just pretty much up and down their roster. Division I offers all over the place. Here's Washington. He'll get it to Javon Small. Kicks it in the corner to A.J. Storr for 3. No good. Rebound will go to Duke Brennan. Washington, deep 3. No good once again. Rebound goes to A.J. Storr. Arizona Compass Prep will keep possession.
2 shots, 2 threes, 2 misses, but more importantly, got 2 offensive rebounds.
Duke Brennan inside. Kicks it out to Glenn Taylor Jr. Washington. Driving baseline, pulls up for 2, and he gets it. First points of the game.
Great job there, not settling for the 3-pointer. Put the ball on the floor, got a much more easier, more efficient shot. He's the best player on the floor in this game.
Ty Washington, the 6'4" senior guard, as Josh mentioned, a 4-star point guard committed to Creighton. currently rated as the number 12 point guard in the nation. There goes Davison right inside. They'll kick it out to Noah Clowney. 6'11 junior forward. Here's Clowney again. Air ball. Rebounded by Washington. So he'll get it quickly to A.J. Storr. Storr stopped in his tracks by Breezeal.
Arizona Compass Prep looks like a college team.
Absolutely.
The physicality difference between these two schools is evident. We're sitting here courtside.
Washington. Corner three. Bottom! A.J. Storr with the triple. 5-0. Dragons on top. A.J. Storr, the 6'4 junior guard. He's got offers from Illinois, Virginia Tech, UIC, Ohio, Ole Miss, just to name a few, and fouled on his way to the rim. Is Jordan Surratt, the 6'7 junior guard for the Cavaliers. He's got offers from Presbyterian, Old Dominion, and USC Upstate currently.
That was a strong drive there, getting to the rim. Dorman looking for the first points of the game, almost 2.5 minutes into this.
Chance for the first points for Dorman. First free throw, no good. And there's not a Dragon on this roster for Arizona Compass Prep that does not have some college interest. As Surratt misses both free throws. Dragons with the early lead. There's Javon Small, the 6'2 senior point guard. And a whistle blown, and it'll be 3-second violation called against the Dragons. So a rare miscue here from Arizona Compass Prep results in a turnover back to the Cavaliers.
That's the first 3-second call we've seen called in our 2 days here. Be interested to see if Duke Brennan does move. It looks like Arizona Compass Prep is playing 4 around 1. He's got to stay moving in that lane.
Again, Arizona Compass Prep coming all the way from Chandler, Arizona. And a turnover by the Cavaliers. Dorman still without a point here. A few minutes into the first quarter of play. Arizona Compass Prep led by head coach Ed Gibson. Small looking inside for Washington, but gathered by Brennan. Brennan working against Surratt. Brennan inside, and offensive foul against Brennan.
Back-to-back miscues for the big men for the Dragons.
Couple substitutions on the way here for Dorman. Desi Canty, the senior guard, standing at 6'5", along with Jordan Miller, the 6-foot sophomore guard.
Compass Prep picking up in the full court. Ty Washington set the tone on the defensive end of the floor to start this game.
He's definitely got some size compared to Miller there. Here's Clowney, top of the key. Try to hand it off. Javon Small all over Jalen Breezeal. Surratt inside, goes up, and he's fouled.
They've got to attack the interior. Duke Brennan has some size, but he's given up some weight compared to some of the interior players that Dorman has. They made Arizona Compass Prep pay for their overplay defensively on the perimeter.
First free throw, no good. It is good. So a couple substitutions here for Arizona Compass Prep. First point on the board here for the Cavaliers. Second free throw on the way is good. 5-2 the score. Still no field goals yet for the Cavaliers. Dorman doing their part of the defensive end, taking advantage of a couple of miscues. Ty Washington, a deep three, nothing but net. That was from NBA range there for Ty Washington, 8-2 Dragons.
Smooth shot that Washington possesses there.
There's Jordan Miller going cross court all the way to Breezeal. He's got offers from Presbyterian and Winthrop. Here's Clowney inside, goes up, and there to clean it up for two is Jordan Surratt. First field goal of the game for the Cavaliers.
Great job sticking with the play. Got an easy putback. Arizona Compass Prep failed to block out on that possession there.
Good ball movement here for the Dragons. Washington again will be Creighton bound. Washington again, a deep three that time, just a little bit short. There on the rebound efforts was Glenn Taylor Jr., but can't get it to go. Here's Brizio. Brizio driving inside, nothing there. Trying to kick it out, and it'll be turned over. Javon Small intercepts the pass. Here goes Small inside at the cup for two.
The Arizona Compass Prep's length on the defensive end is causing Dorman to make some errant passes. They're letting the Dragons get out and transition on the other end. There's no stopping this team when they get to running.
And Dorman already has as many more losses than they did the entire season last year. 3-2 overall. They were 30-1 a season ago, and they're en route to their 4th straight 5A title. Miller in the corner for three, way off the mark.
Washington with the deflection there. He's a complete basketball player.
Checking back in for the Cavaliers, 25, Earl Burgess.
No doubt about it, 10-4 our score here in the first quarter. Javon Small will take it up. Going inside, and he will get the roll.
Ty Washington was the decoy there.
Adram Diange with the basket.
You heard the Dorman coaches yell baseline. They've got the ball into the middle of the defense for an easy turnaround jump shot.
Diange, the 7-foot junior center, has got an offer from TCU. Here's Surratt inside, and he gets it off the glass for two.
Noah Clowney is the headliner for Dorman on the interior, but Jordan Surratt's been the team's best player through this first period. He's got all 6 of their points.
He's listed at 6'7", but also listed as a guard on the roster as well. Washington on the left wing, gets it to Small. Good ball movement again, getting it down low to Glenn Taylor Jr. Goes up, gets the bucket, plus the foul.
He lets people know about he was fouled, and he was strong enough to finish through the contact. The ball doesn't stop for the Dragons. There's constant ball movement. They're getting good shots.
Checking in for AZ Compass. Number 13, Josh.
Glenn Taylor Jr. at the line, the 6'6" junior shooting guard, listed as a 3-star shooting guard. Ranked number 36 in the nation as position, can't get the three-point play. He's got offers from Cal State Northridge, Southern California, Eastern Washington, UNLV, UTSA, and Washington State, to name a few, as Miller will bounce it to Surratt. Goes to Earl Burgess. Now back to Miller. Here's Miller double teamed and is stolen away by Diange. But Dorman able to get it back, however. Good effort there from Brizio. Brizio working against Washington. Brizio going inside. Nice bounce pass, but swatted away by Glenn Taylor Jr. Here come the Dragons. Great ball movement here, and a slam dunk for Glenn Taylor Jr.
Nothing you can do there if you're Dorman. You had a great look on your end. It got swatted away. When Arizona Compass Prep is out in transition, there's no slowing this offense down.
Here's a 3-ball attempt for Dorman, no good. And 3 on the way from Desi Canty. Now going inside is Glenn Taylor Jr., but he traveled. 30.1 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 10-point lead early on here for Arizona Compass Prep. Final 20 seconds here. Say Foster gets it up top to Clowney. There's Foster. Foster going inside, and he gets it to go.
Strong drive there by Zay Foster.
Foster with his first points. 1 second to go, and at the buzzer, he gets it. Javon Small makes it a 10-point game as we go to the second quarter. A complete first quarter of play from the Arizona Compass Prep Dragons. Dorman still a pretty good effort, Josh, but You said it. I mean, we expected Arizona Compass Prep to look like this. They look like a college team, as you said, and right now, I mean, they just look really good.
Yeah, no, Dorman is overmatched. It's evident. We're sitting right here, and you can see the strength, the size that Arizona Compass Prep has that Dorman just doesn't have. Their length is causing problems defensively, and that's the thing about the good teams that we've seen so far. As good as they are on the offensive end, if they play good defense, that's when they play their best brand of basketball. And Arizona Compass Prep has no problem extending their defense, trapping, using their length to cause a lot of mistakes for Dorman. They're getting out in transition and getting buckets off of it.
18-8 here as we enter the second quarter of play. And one thing about Arizona Compass Prep too, Josh, is they're very unselfish with the ball. We saw in that dunk from Glenn Taylor Jr. I mean, I believe it was like 3 passes in a row before the dunk was eventually made, but they do like to share it, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, the ball doesn't stop for them, and it easily could with a guy like Ty Washington. He could shoot the ball every time, and you would almost live with those results. But they're a well-coached team. They're executing the stuff.
Second quarter action coming up.
Second quarter underway. The Dragons will inbound. Javon Small got it to go at the buzzer. It's stolen away by Zay Foster. Another great move by the starting quarterback for the Dorman football team as well. Foster in his senior season, a 6-foot guard. There's a deep 3 on the way from Canty. No good. Rebound there by Clowney. Puts it up for 2.
That's why he's got offers from Xavier, Virginia Tech, South Carolina Upstate.
Yep.
Big time play right there.
6'11" junior forward Noah Clowney, a big part of that state championship team last year. That'll be a turnover for the Dragons. Another mistake here for Arizona Compass Prep. Didn't look like Washington agreed with the call. Foster gets it to Brizio. Good ball movement here from the Cavaliers. Trying for the alley-oop, no good. Trying to get it to Canty. Here comes Glenn Taylor Jr. up the floor, and he gets the left-handed lay-in.
Forced pass on the other end by Zay Foster led to that way out on the other end.
Surratt stolen away again by DeYonge. Good ball movement here. Here's DeYonge inside. Great pump fake. Gets it up, but no good. And the rebound will go here to Clowney.
And then committed a foul that he didn't need to make.
15,
Dorman's scrapping. They're not getting a lot of good looks on the offensive end, but defensively, they're active. Their hands are in the passing lanes. They recovered from another live ball turnover and did not give up a field goal. They're lucky to be down 10 right now, Jackson.
That is for sure. 20-10 our score here. Game 2 of day 2 of the Bash. Trying to get it inside to Clowney, but stolen away. Here come the Dragons. Here comes A.J. Storr, but he's fouled.
Foul on the floor.
A.J. Storr, the 6'4" junior guard. Mentioned his offer sheet, his standout offers coming from Illinois, Virginia Tech, and Ole Miss. So a timeout on the floor.
All timeouts brought to you by Advantage Medical Group.
Again, Dorman out of Roebuck, South Carolina, not too far from here. Arizona Compass Prep, without question, traveling the furthest distance of any team here, cross country from Chandler, Arizona. And we got teams from North Carolina and South Carolina. 20-10 our score. Seems like after a fast start, Josh, from Arizona Compass Prep, Dorman has settled into the game a little bit, but I mean, I just think, like you said, the athleticism advantage for Arizona Compass Prep is definitely evident.
Yeah, Dorman's got to do a better job keeping this team in the half court, because when they're in the open court, they're gonna get easy layups, they're gonna get dunks, and they feed off of that.
So the Dragons will inbound. Washington gets it over to DeYonge, back up top to Storr. Washington on the left wing. Washington will take a deep three. No good. He's taken a few of those tonight. Been successful on one of them.
There.
Certainly looked like it. Zay Foster's got a clear lane to the basket, but passes it to Noah Clowney, and it's intercepted.
The size of there affected his decision making. He should have taken that ball right to the rim. Was worried about a shot getting blocked, made a pass he didn't have to make. Another unforced turnover for the Cavaliers.
Here's Small, kicks it to Washington, decides to not take the shot in the corner to Glenn Taylor Jr. Washington, nice move inside the alley-oop to DeYoung.
It's pretty easy to throw that ball when you got a 7-footer that can jump up and dunk the ball down.
That was pretty for sure. 22-10 our score. We'll see how the Cavaliers respond. Right now, just getting bullied on both ends of the floor. Breezeal to Foster, going inside for Surratt. But it will be a foul against Dorman. Actually, did he step out of bounds?
Yeah, they caught him out of bounds.
Yeah,
there
stepped on the baseline. So it will be a turnover.
Also checking in number 11, Isaiah Brody.
Isaiah Brody, the 6'8" senior forward, will check in for Arizona Compass Prep, along with the junior point guard standing at 6'3", Nate Pickens. Both those guys, of course, have multiple college offers. Isaiah Brody, a 3-star forward, offers from UC Santa Barbara and Grand Canyon University. Nate Pickens, the 6'3" junior point guard, wearing number 1. Here's Pickens. Pickens will pull it from the free throw line, but he'll...
A call you don't rarely see in basketball today. Got called for palming. Good call there.
So another mistake there from the Dragons. Dorman now trying to take advantage as Zay Foster will bring it up. And Foster, the 6-foot senior guard, with the starting quarterback for the Dorman Cavaliers football team, who made a deep run in the state playoffs this past season. Here's Jordan Surratt. Surratt with the pump fake. Kicks it back out to Breezeal. Breezeal has it stripped away, and it will stay Dorman ball. Again, Thomas Ryan, what a career at Dorman. 14th season, 278 wins, 75 losses entering the year. Off to a little bit of an abnormal start here in 2020. Going inside off the glass, no good from Davison Wright, but able to clean it up was Surratt. Able to get the rebound again is Davison Wright. But it will go back to Arizona Compass Prep. It'll be traveling on Wright.
Yeah, nothing he could do there. You weren't going to get an outlet pass anyway. He fell to the floor.
So it's 22-10. Dragons on top. They're in control of this one. They have been from the get-go. Small to Brody. Brody, a deep three, top of the key, no good. Rebound will go to the Cavaliers, but stolen away by Washington, and he gets fouled on his way up by Clowney. Great defensive effort there by Washington.
Fouls on 15, Clowney. His first. Team third. 2 shots coming up for number 3.
He's praying defensively against the smaller guards from Dorman. That was just making a play happen.
Washington, first free throw good. So Ty Washington's stats this season so far, averaging 23.1 points per game, as the Dragons are off to a 11-0 start. Washington entering the season as well, the number 12 point guard in the nation, also the number 62 overall player in the nation in the 2021 class. He is a future Creighton Blue Jay, committed not too long ago to Creighton. Definitely had a lot of schools to choose from, that's for sure. Creighton, a good program, ranked in the top 10 this year in college basketball.
Coming off a heartbreaking loss at Kansas the other night.
Was a tough one. I didn't watch that game all the way through. AJ Storr coming up the floor, loses the ball as Breezeal knocked it away. And it will go back to the Dorman Cavaliers. And one thing I've noticed, Josh, so far, a team like Arizona Compass Prep, they've been careless with the ball a lot of times. They've turned it over, committing offensive fouls, and a palming called against them. That's helping Dorman as they try and work their way back into this game, but right now they can't seem to take advantage.
All their guys are comfortable with getting the ball and taking the ball up the court, but I think right now they just need to get the ball in Ty Washington's hand to settle them down on the offensive end.
Be a foul against Nate Pickens for the Dragons. That'll be his first foul as Earl Burgess will check in. Burgess, the 6'7" senior forward, was a preseason top 5A senior entering this year. He's got offers from a number of Division II schools. Offers from Anderson University, Wingate, Erskine, Converse College, Mars Hill. His lone D1 offer from USC Upstate. Here's Brizio inside, kicks it in the corner to Davison Wright. We'll get it back out to Clowney. Clowney nearly lost it. Brizio able to collect it. Brizio a deep three, tries to go off the glass, no good. Rebound Clowney. As Clowney will find his man going inside, no good off the glass. Rebound to Washington.
Clowney mistimed his jump there, really took himself out of position to get another offensive rebound.
Washington a wide open three, but he traveled. I was about to say, how the heck did he get that open?
A defensive breakdown for Dorman, gifted by yet another Compass Prep turnover.
Nova, get out of there! Nova, get out of there!
Only a 14-point game.
You can dribble!
As Surratt knocks it out, but it will stay with the Cavaliers.
Nova, sprint into the elbow!
Here comes Brizio. The senior guard going up against Nate Pickens. Brizio inside with the floater. Can't get it to go, in and out. Rebound to Duke Brennan as he tries to get it to Pickens, but it goes off his hands, out of bounds. Possession back to the Cavaliers, and that's what I just mentioned, Josh. It's another careless mistake. But right now it's not hurting them. I mean, Dorman just not able to score against this Compass Prep team right now.
Dorman's having a very hard time getting good, consistent looks at the rim. They got one there. They couldn't get the bottom of the net, but
Brizio able to get the jumper that time. Just as I said that, Dorman finally gets back on the board. Here comes Glenn Taylor Jr. inside, kisses it off the glass for two.
Just poor transition defense by Dorman. They made the bucket, but they didn't get back defensively. You know Compass Prep's going to push the ball up the court at a fast pace. You got to get back and get your defense set.
Brizio driving inside, tries to go off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Udajay. Glenn Taylor Jr. inside, trying to go baseline. It'll go out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Dragons. Number of substitutions for both teams. Desi Canty and Jordan Miller coming back in for Dorman. Adram Diange, the junior, 7-foot junior center, also back in. I mentioned he's got an offer from TCU currently. Surprised he doesn't have more. So 26-12 our score here in the second quarter of play. It's been all Dragons in this one so far. Glenn Taylor Jr. passes it back out to Washington as he gets it over to Small. Here's Washington on Miller. Washington with the floater, no good off the back iron. Rebound will go to the Cavaliers. Here comes Brizio, finds Jordan Miller. Looking for Clowney inside, but Diange all over him.
Dorman head coach Thomas Ryan wanting more movement from his offense.
Right in the corner. Shot from Canty, air ball, rebound Diange. Washington goes all the way up the floor to Udajay, and he gets it to fall. Timeout Dorman, 28-12. Arizona Compass Prep with 59.9 seconds to go here until halftime.
Don't think that was the shot you were wanting on the other end for Desi Canty. It leads to a layout the other end. Dorman had a chance there to really cut into this lead. Arizona Compass Prep got sloppy with the basketball. They took some bad shots. They were unable to make them pay for it. They've stretched the lead back out to 16 here as we get closer to the end of the first half.
28-12 our score. Dragons on top, and certainly the opposite of the first game we saw, Josh. I mean, I'm still shook by that outcome. I mean, Jordan Wildy, game-winning jumper at the buzzer to win 57-55. I mean, that might be the most exciting finish we see all weekend for sure.
As I said when we got on air tonight, you got the Batmans for a lot of these teams, but it's the
Yes.
Robins that have played a big role, and that was what happened in that game. Quante Berry wasn't a big factor in the second half. Luckily, his teammate picked him up, made a big shot, and gets a big win for Winston-Salem Christian.
Second quarter will resume under a minute to go. 28-12. Arizona Compass Prep. They're getting contributions from multiple different guys. Here's Brizio trying to work around Diange, finds Jordan Miller. Doing everything they can as Dorman to move the ball against this very physical, athletic Dragons team, and a foul is called against Compass Prep. So we'll go up against Josh Udije.
This first, Team 7.
Udije, the senior 6'6" shooting guard, originally from London, England.
Davis and Wright. 1-1.
There'll be a 1-and-1 chance at the line for Davison Wright, the 6-foot senior guard, one of the starters for Dorman. And Dorman 30-1 a season ago. Of course, Dorman's 2 losses this season against pretty good teams. Fell to Legacy Early College on December the 2nd, 55-49. Fell to Combine Academy, 69-54 last Friday.
Yeah, they've played a tough schedule. It's a big reason why they've got the slow start. You have to imagine it's Thomas Ryan trying to get his younger team experience when they get into conference play. They try to defend their 4th straight 5A championship later this season.
28-14, the Dragons will hold it until the last shot here. And it will be a timeout called here by Arizona Compass Prep. It'll be a full timeout. So again, just a reminder, after this game here, it'll be our nightcap starting at approximately 10 o'clock. It'll be the Gray Collegiate War Eagles going up against the Trinity Christian Crusaders. Should be a good one. A couple of standouts from both those teams. Freddie DeLeon for Trinity Christian, and Brandon Gardner, just a sophomore, but has got a bright future for Gray Collegiate. And Josh, it just seems like Dorman, they've done everything they can, but I was saying they're just getting kind of out-physicaled in this game so far on both ends of the floor. But going into halftime, what do you think the message needs to be for Thomas Ryan to his team to somehow try and get back in this game against a top 5 team in the entire country?
I think it's got to be take care of the basketball. You give yourselves a chance. When you've kept Arizona in the half court, their defense is good enough to force some mistakes, force some bad shots, and they're getting stopped. So when they turn it over, they're allowing Arizona to get out in the open floor. And this is the best team we've seen here so far in our 2 days in transition, finishing at the rim, getting dunks.
Washington will get it to Small. Here coming out of the Dragons timeouts. There's Glenn Taylor Jr. Final seconds counting down. Glenn Taylor Jr. to the rack, no good. Dorman with the rebound. Final 10 seconds. They're going to have to hurry. Here's Brizio trying to set up a last-second shot here. 2 seconds to go. Brizio trying to bounce it, and it will not be in time. Could not set up a play there. And we will go to the halftime break with a 14-point lead for the Arizona Compass Prep Dragons. 28-14 our score here on QCBroadcasting.com. We'll come right back for the second half.
Photos by MrJoshua.com. JC3 Visuals. Top Metal Web Design. 100.7 The Point. Blenco IT. My Game Day Photos in Hampton Inn, Fort Jackson. Also want to remind you that James Psychiatry, located in Northeast Columbia, South Carolina, are accepting new patients. Call them at 803-960-0988 or visit the website at www.jacobspsy.com for more information or to make an appointment. Halftime. Enjoy. DJ I Am. score at halftime for AC Compass is Glenn Taylor Jr. with 8 points. Leading scorer for Dorman is Jordan Surratt with 6 points. The late great Teddy P. May he rest in peace. This is game 2. Game 3 coming up immediately following. Don't want to miss it. And all day tomorrow, 6 games, wall-to-wall basketball. It's the 2020 match. Special shout out to CIU the Rams for the venue. See Frankie Beverly last summer. Catch it while you can. His voice is almost gone. Catch it while you can. Frankie Beverly. Somebody gonna say, ow. Larry Blackman and Kenny Dorman. And the beat goes on. Thanks to more sponsors of the 2020 Bash. ESN Sports, Advantage Medical Group, Scott Benny, NH360 at North Main and I-20, Edward Jones down at Marfrey Office, Realtor LaShonda Rice, Homes and High Hills by Excel Real Estate, the Caldwell Law Firm, Kaminsky's Hope, Jacob Psychiatry, and Hustle Team Pro, LLC. Loose ends? I guess not. Loose ends. Great Collegiate Academy, Trinity Christian coming up immediately following this game. At the conclusion of this game, we have Jacob Psychiatry, player of the game announcement immediately following the foul buzzer. And then Great Collegiate Trinity Christian. We have one half of the here between the Dorman Cavaliers and the AZ Compass Dragons. AZ Compass ranked number 4 in the nation. Dorman ranked number 1 in boys 5'8" in South Carolina.
And welcome back here to Columbia International University for Day 2, Game 2 of the Bash. It's a 28-14 lead for the Arizona Compass Prep Dragons, coming all the way from Chandler, Arizona, to face off against the Dorman Cavaliers.
Awareness. Raise 3 fingers in the sky and a moment of silence, please, and thank you. Thank you very much for participating and keeping mental health awareness at the forefront.
So our score right now, 28-14, Arizona Compass Prep on top. One of the top-ranked teams in the entire country, currently ranked number 4 in the recent poll. And they have looked every bit of it, Josh, outside of a couple of uncharacteristic turnovers, offensive fouls, and some mistakes here and there. I mean, they have played well.
You know, very impressive first 16 minutes from them, mainly on the defensive end of the floor, holding Dorman to just 14 points. Not many made field goals for the Cavaliers.
And stolen away there by Javon Small, but able to get it back as Brizio's second half underway. Surratt gets that to Brizio. What a shot fake there. 3 on the way. Good. Good start to the first half here for Dorman.
That's a big shot for the Cavaliers. They've got some up looks that they've missed. He's able to connect on that one.
What a shot from Jalen Brizio.
Dorman's proven defensively they can handle with the Arizona Compass Prep in the half court. See if they can get some stops to get their offense back into a rhythm.
Comes Glenn Taylor Jr. Blocking foul. The offensive foul called against Glenn Taylor Jr. and a good charge taken by Earl Burgess.
That was a good call right there. So you start the second half with a made 3, you force a turnover. Also, you can cut this lead down to 10. Or less than double digits for the first time seemingly since the first quarter.
11-point game now. Surratt gets it to Davison Wright. Bounce pass to Surratt. Good ball moving here on the perimeter for the Cavaliers, trying to somehow get it inside. Surratt way out there, gets it down low off the glass for two. What a pass from Surratt to Clowney.
That was good offense there for Dorman. They got a good look to their best player on the inside. That's the cleanest look he's had at the basket all night long. It's been a quiet night for Clowney, but you can expect that with all the size and length that Arizona Campus Prep has brought with them to the basket.
The lead down to single digits now.
Ty Washington got away with an offensive foul.
Definitely. Here comes Washington, pull-up jumper, no good off the mark, and the rebound goes to Surratt. Here comes Brizio, got the second half started with the three. Brizio, top of the key to Noah Clowney. Clowney driving in on Duke Brennan, gives it baseline to Burgess, kicks it back out to Davison Wright. Wright driving in the paint, blocked away by Glenn Taylor Jr. It's picked up by Washington. Here comes Glenn Taylor Jr. the other side. Oh, a nifty pass, but it's no good. A.J. Storr could not finish on the layup. Now here come the Dorman Cavaliers. Here's Brizio running the point, driving baseline, kicks it in the corner to Wright. Great ball movement. Three on the way from Burgess, no good. Brizio with the rebound. Brizio, nice feed inside for Surratt, up and under, but he traveled. So all of that for no points and a traveling violation goes back to the Dragons.
I'll let you catch your breath, Jackson. That was a lot of action right there in about 30 to 45 seconds. Dorman, though, they're making Arizona Campus Prep work on the offensive end and on the defensive end right now. A great start to this second half. They held the Dragons scoreless for almost 3 minutes to start this third period.
Here's Washington in the corner. Jumper, baseline, splash. Ty Washington with his first points in quite a while. It puts the Dragons up 30-19, third quarter, 5 minutes to go.
He's able to get to wherever he wants to get on the floor too easy.
Brizio lobs it inside. The alley-oop jam to Jordan Surratt.
You see Dorman, they're running their stuff a little bit better. They're getting good looks. They're confident back on the court. Their bench is getting back into it. They've made this a game.
Absolutely, as Washington has fouled on the three-point attempt. And so he will go to the line. Chance for 3 free throws here for Washington. That's not what Dorman wanted to do after an alley-oop dunk.
Brizio doesn't agree with the call. Ty Washington did a good job showing the ball, getting the defender to reach, and drew the contact for a foul behind the three-point line.
Well, these coaches have been a little bit quieter than the last two in our last game, that's for sure. The first free throw from Washington drops in. And Ty Washington, the Creighton commit, 4-star point guard, the number 12 point guard in the nation, number 62 overall player in the 2021 class. So he will be a Blue Jay next year. Pretty far away from where Arizona Campus Prep is in Omaha, Nebraska. And Arizona Campus Prep traveling quite the distance to come here to Columbia. Third free throw good from Washington. Dragons up 11. We'll see what the Cavaliers can do here if they've got some positive momentum here in the second half. Here's Burgess, back up top to Clowney, and he lost it. Diange nearly took it away, but he'll get it back, get it to Brizio. Brizio with the floater inside, no good off the mark, and Glenn Taylor Jr. with the rebound. Here comes Campus Prep up the court. Nate Pickens inside, goes up and under for 2.
That's been the result all night. They get in the open floor. They've made Dorman pay. They do it once again. A lead, which was once 9, is now stretched back out to 13.
So Davison Wright gets it to Clowney, bounces it inside to Burgess, working on Glenn Taylor Jr. Hook shot no good. Good defense there from Taylor Jr. Here he goes inside, Euro step on Clowney, swatted away.
Good no call there.
Great defense. Here's Davison Wright, blocked by Washington, but he's fouled. So Washington commits his second foul of the game. A substitution here for Dorman. Desi Canty will come back in. Davison Wright will go to the line, the 6-foot senior guard. First free throw on the way from Wright is good. A couple of Cavaliers checking in. Number 11, Desi Canty, along with number 3, Zay Foster. Canty, a 6'5" senior guard's got one offer right now from Southern Wesleyan University. Now Zay Foster back in. As I mentioned in the first half, the starting quarterback for the Dorman Cavaliers football team. So 11-point lead here for the Dragons. Dorman trying to hang around against the number 4 ranked team in high school basketball. They've certainly been tested this year already against teams like Legacy and Combine Academy. Deep three from Washington, no good.
Dorman showed a 2-3 zone there, forced a bad 3 from Ty Washington there. Trying to do something to keep this Arizona team out of rhythm offensively.
Brizio double teamed in the corner by DeYonge and Washington, but it will stay with the Cavaliers. Udui will check. Josh Udui will check back in, the 6'6" senior shooting guard. Hails from London, England. So a big time trap there as DeYonge will just try to rip it away, and he forces a jump ball. Made it look easy too. Again, DeYonge stands at 7 feet tall. So force the jump ball possession back to the Dragons. Here's Javon Small working against Foster, gets it back out to Washington. Here's Udier for 3, no good, just missed off the front of the rim. Rebound DeYonge, foul called on the floor. It will be against Dorman.
Makes it easier to take bad shots when you got a 7-foot center that can go up and get the ball. Dorman's throwing this offense, or the offense for Arizona Compass Prep, back out of rhythm here in the second half. Doing some different stuff defensively. Desi Canty getting an earful as he gives to the bench for not getting a box out from his head coach.
It's tough when you're going up against 7-foot tall DeYonge. He's got one offer that I know of from TCU. Definitely more to come. Here's Javon Small, left wing against Foster. Gets it to Nate Pickens. Udier driving baseline, and he traveled.
3 possessions. We've seen Dorman in the 2-3 zone. 2 bad threes from Arizona Compass Prep. A turnover right there. They may have found something defensively. They've got to start getting some offense, though.
Here goes Foster. Finds Brizio. Brizio trying to pull from the free throw line. Can't get the shot off. Finds Burgess, but stolen away by DeYonge. Here come the Dragons, and stolen away by Brizio again on the pass from Washington. He goes flying into the stands. Hope he's okay. Hope the fans over there are okay too, as he came crashing in trying to steal the pass away from Washington.
Great effort there.
Absolutely. First time we've seen that. Hopefully the only time.
Anthony Fauci would not be happy with the lack of social distancing on that play right there.
Certainly not. Hopefully he's not watching.
Yeah.
Washington in the corner looking for Small. Pass nearly taken away by Foster. Small to Udier. Pickens. Good defense here from Dorman. Glenn Taylor Jr. going inside, kisses it off the glass with the left hand for 2.
A number of strong drives tonight for Glenn Taylor Jr. Can finish with either hand. He's been a problem for Dorman when he gets to the interior of that defense.
Great drive there by Glenn Taylor Jr., the 3-star shooting guard. Offers from a lot of Division I West Coast schools. Here's Brizio for three, just off the mark. DeYonge looking for the rebound. It'll be a foul against Dorman. Be over the back call against Noah Clowney.
His second, team third.
Thomas Ryan not happy with that shot selection there. But was a fast start for Dorman's offense to start this third period. They've stalled yet again.
Here's Small, bounce pass to Washington in the corner for three. Nate Pickens gets it to go. What a shot by Pickens.
Ed Gibson shoves him in the butt to get back down the court. Should have been an and one there, no foul called.
Nearly stolen away by Small. Here's Brizio. Final 30 seconds here in the third quarter. Brizio going inside. He'll be fouled on the play. And Brizio will go to the line. So we know they'll inbound it. Couple substitutions in. Davison Wright along with Desi Canty. So 39-23. Arizona Compass Prep in control of this one despite Dorman cutting it to a 9-point game at one point here in the quarter. But Dragons are back on top, and it'll be a foul against Noah Clowney. Against DeYonge, my apologies. Both wear number 15. Clowney, baseline, gets it inside. Good pass to Desi Canty, who finishes.
Desi Canty sat on the bench for taking a bad shot a few moments ago, comes back in the game. A great cut to the basket for an easy two.
Final 15 seconds. Dragons will hold on to it. Up by 14, Washington against Foster. Here goes Washington. Washington, the floater, and he's good for two.
Nothing you can do there if you're Zay Foster. You guarded him as well as you could.
As Brizio tries to go full courts or three-quarters court, but he misses. And we will go to quarter number 4 with Arizona Compass Prep up big, 41-25 over the Dorman Cavaliers. Josh, we saw some fight there from the Cavaliers. Started the third quarter, cut it to a 9-point game, but as I've seen so far tonight, I don't know about you, but it's just been too much Arizona Compass Prep, too much talent.
Yeah, they're able to respond after a sluggish start coming out of the halftime break. They were able to get back, get some better offense. Ty Washington got some stuff going, but you like what Dorman showed you to come out of the second half. 16 points, maybe too much for them to overcome, but there was some positive things they could take away. Their ball movement was better. Their offense was a little bit better.
And Arizona Compass Prep, a perfect 11-0 on the season. Won back-to-back games, entering the tournament tonight. A 94-39 win on Tuesday against Southern Elite in Mississippi. And then a 64-57 win on Wednesday over CPCA in Florida. A couple of games have been close, but not many. Including an 81-28 win in their very first game against Desert Valley Prep. My goodness. Start of the fourth quarter, 41-25, Dragons on top of the Cavaliers. Dorman, the 4-time defending 5A state champions, going at it against the number 4 team in the country. Clowney's floater is good as it bounces in. He gets the friendly roll.
It's been a rough night for the big man that's got offers from Virginia Tech and USC Upstate and Xavier. Got a good look there. Was able to get the ball to go through the basket.
Small. Washington exchanging passes cross court. Nice feed by Taylor, but the pass misses wide to DeYonge. And it'll be a turnover for the Dragons.
That time there, Dorman got in the 2-3 zone. They started trapping out of the zone. It got Arizona Compass Prep rattled. They made an errant pass, and they forced a turnover.
41-27 here in the fourth quarter. Screen there from Surratt. Brizio feeds it to Clowney, who hands it off to Wright. Great defense on the perimeter. Deep three from Brizio, no good off the front of the rim. Brizio able to keep it and bounce, tries to get it off the foot of Glenn Taylor Jr., but not enough.
Great effort there. That's been the kind of night, though, for Dorman. They try to get something positive. It doesn't go their way.
Glenn Taylor Jr. again not able to get the pass off in front of Surratt. So the Dragons will take their time. I imagine a lot of possessions may be like this. Up 41-27. Try and take some time off the clock. Here's Small looking inside for DeYonge, able to get it back. Back up top to Glenn Taylor Jr. as they'll reset. Washington, a screen from DeYonge, but it'll be a legal screen. It'll be another turnover for Arizona Compass Prep.
Easy call there for the official. He did it right there in front of him where he just completely turned his body to prevent the defender from making any progress to fight through that screen.
Duke Brennan back in for the Dragons. The 6'10 junior forwards got offers from schools like UC Irvine, Eastern Washington, Montana, Rice, UMass Air Force, and Grand Canyon. Again, offers for pretty much every single guy on this team. They are definitely loaded, probably the most loaded team in the entire tournament. And that's saying something because there are a lot of really good teams in this field for the 2020 Bash.
Really a shame we didn't get to see this school match up with Legacy Early College or Liberty Heights.
That would have been fun, that's for sure. Clowney has his ball swatted away. But it will stay Cavalier ball. Ed Gibson, head coach for the Dragons, now getting fired up. It's been a little bit quieter on both benches compared to the last game. Michael Wrights for Liberty Heights was certainly animated. Brennan tries to steal it away, and both hit the deck. Oh my goodness. Both are shaken up on the play, especially Clowney. There will be a foul against Duke Brennan. Hopefully Clowney's okay.
Ed Gibson was saying that was a loose ball. You've got two guys on the floor, one rolling over in pain. There's got to be a foul somewhere. They identified that in Duke Brennan, who's had a pretty rough outing tonight. A couple turnovers, a couple fouls. Hasn't seen the floor much in the first half.
Here's Surratt. Hopefully Clowney's okay after that collision. Brennan still on the floor. Surratt looking inside. No good on the shot from Desi Canty. Another loose ball. Going up with it is Javon Small, and he gets the roll. 43-27 Dragons. Here's Surratt. Surratt inside, working against Glenn Taylor Jr. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, Brennan. Here comes Ty Washington on the fast break. Oh, what a feed to Small, and he gets the finish. Holy cow, what a play by Small.
Brilliant pass by Ty Washington to set him up. Javon Small, big enough to go up and finish a play at the rim.
And a foul.
And just kind of waited for that ball to finally drop through the net.
His third.
So Javon Small, the 6'2 senior point guard, will go to the line. He's had an impressive night. Could not find any offers for him, but I'm sure some will come his way soon.
One shot coming up for Small.
You almost kind of feel left out if you're on this Arizona Compass Prep team if you don't have multiple Division I offers.
Clowney appears to be okay as he's checking back into the game.
It's good to see. Took a nasty spill. Him and Duke Brennan both going up for that ball. So 46-27, Arizona Compass Prep well in control of this one. And our next game coming up, the nightcap of day 2, should be a fun one. Gray Collegiate going up against Trinity Christian. We'll have it all for you here on QCBroadcasting.com. 3 on the way from Davison Wright, and it's good.
They need more of that in a hurry.
It'll be a 2-pointer. So 46-29. There was a long 2. There'll be an offensive foul called against A.J. Storr. And A.J. Storr was supposed to play at Bishop Dorman High School in Las Vegas. Quite an athletic program there, but Las Vegas is not playing high school basketball this season, so had to transfer to Arizona Compass Prep to spend his junior season. And stolen away by Storr. Here he goes, slam dunk for the finish.
Made up for that offensive foul on the last possession there. Arizona Campus Prep pushed the lead back out to 19. Ty Washington wants more.
Another foul on the floor will go against Brennan.
Fouls on 32, Duke Brennan. That'll be his 4th foul.
So it'll be the 4th on Brennan. Ed Gibson, animated, not happy with the call.
1-1 coming up.
So 48 to 29. There'll be a 1-1 coming up here for Clowney. Both him and Brennan have been going at it all night. One and one, and he gets the friendly bounce. So Jordan Miller, the sophomore guard, will check back in. 20-point game. Under 4 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Looks like the Dragons will be on their way to a 12-0 start on the season. This will be their first of 2 games in the Bash this weekend. They will play tomorrow night. It'll be the last game of the showcase as they will take on Ridgeview. That will be the final game at 8:30.
Looking forward to that one.
Yes, for sure.
Ridgeview competed really hard against Legacy Early College last night. Expect the same thing to see in this gym tomorrow night.
Down by 20. Cavaliers need some points in a hurry. The hook shot no good from Clowney. Rebound will go here to Glenn Taylor Jr. Taylor Jr. drives inside, but it will be a carry called. Another turnover for the Dragons. That's really been the only weakness, Josh, for this Arizona Compass Prep team that they'll need to clean up against Ridgeview. They've been careless of the ball many times, but it's not really mattered a lot as Dorman has not been able to score as much as they'd like, and Arizona Compass Prep has made the big plays when they've had to.
Yeah, no, Dorman's really struggled to take advantage of all the careless turnovers we've seen from Arizona Compass Prep. Whereas on the other end, whenever Dorman's turned the ball over, it's nearly turned into a bucket every time for the Dragons.
Here goes Miller inside, trying to find Surratt. Pass intercepted. But it will be traveling against Dorman nonetheless. That time, turnover for the Cavaliers. So 48-30 our score. Washington inside, kicks it back out to Taylor Jr. Euro step and gets the floater for 2. Nothing but net.
Beautiful move there from Glenn Taylor Jr. He could have settled for a 3-pointer, put the ball in the basket. Beautiful Euro step for a nice floater for 2.
And it will be palming, the second palming we've seen called, this time against Dorman.
We've seen more carries tonight called in this game. Wonder if that'll carry over in tomorrow night.
We'll see.
I've made a couple of pun jokes.
Yes,
Jackson.
I have noticed.
I don't know if you picked up on them at all or not.
Is it pun intended or no pun intended?
You told me to
Yes.
be like Bill Walton. I didn't want to be that bad of a broadcast partner.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what Dave Pash and Jason Benetti have to go through being a play-by-play guy. But, I mean, Walton, he is entertaining. I will give him that. That is for sure. He's different.
There are some people that don't get paid enough. They are some of those people that don't get paid enough to work with a man like Bill Walton.
Absolutely. Especially these days when you have to work remotely for some ESPN broadcasts. Here's the floater from Small, good to go. 22-point lead for Arizona Compass Prep, 2 minutes to go. And Josh, I mean, Dorman can do everything they can here, but it looks like this one will go the way of the Dragons as Brennan is fouled hard by Clowney as he tried to rip the ball away.
Looks like Clowney took a shot there in the groin area.
So it'll be a foul against Brennan. That's his 5th.
22-point game, and Noah Clowney still fighting as if the game's on the line. You love to see that from your best player. That kind of effort, it's infectious. As this team, despite a rough night on the offensive end, they're still fighting. Their coach is still coaching. That's a positive. They're going to fall to 3-3 tonight. But the 3 teams they've lost, there's no reason to have any shame in that.
No, I mean, their record definitely been misleading. If you don't look at their schedule, you wouldn't know, but their 3 losses would be the Legacy, Combine Academy, and Arizona Compass Prep. And those are certainly 3 teams you do not want to lose to, so they should not lose confidence once they head into league play later on in the season.
Totally expect this team that's got some nice mix of veterans and some underclassmen to really gel after the first of the year. And if they make the 5A state final, no one here will be surprised.
No, just a really talented team again. 4 straight 5A state championships, 30-1, 14-0 in league play a season ago. And we got 2 multi-time state champions in different divisions in this showcase. Of course, Ridgeview played last night, the 3-time defending 4A state champions in South Carolina. Normally the host in pre-COVID years of the Bash Showcase. Ridgeview did host it to the 7 years prior to the 8th year. Small will get it to Makai Mason, who's seeing his first action tonight. One thing I've noticed about Arizona Compass Prep that pretty much anybody can see is that even the guys that are on the bench, and what a follow-up there by Javon Small.
Wow.
Wow, that is for sure. We've seen a number of exciting dunks in this one.
An exclamation point for the win tonight for the Dragons.
3, Washington, his third.
Yeah, but as I was saying about Arizona Compass Prep, I mean, like I said, Makai Mason seeing his first minutes. I mean, he's got offers from 3 Division I schools, and he hasn't played much. So, I mean, a lot of these bench players for Arizona Compass Prep would be every game starters for the majority of teams across the country.
I mentioned when we came on air, they're a college team that plays in the high school ranks. They've got college and professional-like depth at the high school level. They can go 10, 11, 12 deep, and every guy that they go deeper into has a college offer. It's a blessing to have. It's a good reason why they're about to improve to 12-0, and they're a top 5 team in the nation.
Looks like Arizona Compass Prep is just going to empty the bench now as Jordan Williams, the 5'11 senior point guard, will check in. 54-31 our score. Again, Arizona Compass Prep will play once more. They'll play the final game of the tournament tomorrow night at 8:30. And get ready for tomorrow. We've got many games coming your way, 6 of them to be exact. Session 3 and Session 4. First game beginning at noon tomorrow. That will be Spartanburg Christian against Greenville, 2 South Carolina teams.
Make sure to fill up on a bunch of coffee on the way into the gym tomorrow morning.
Yes.
2-shot foul. At the line is Dewey.
So Dewey will go to the line here for Arizona Compass Prep. Approaching 1 minute to go in this one. Again, Great Collegiate will match up against Trinity Christian here for the nightcap. So they will now wipe the floor. So both teams will call time. That's exactly what's going on here. So Josh, as we close the book on the second game of day 2, what is your biggest standout performance that you've seen so far from both teams?
I think the easy answer has got to be Ty Washington, especially in this game. But I really like what I've seen from Glenn Taylor Jr. Javon Small had the highlight dunk a few moments ago. He's had some big plays in the game overall. For Dorman, you want to see more from Noah Clowney. But I think you can understand that he's a little overmatched. He's not used to seeing this kind of size, this kind of physicality in the 5A ranks of the state of South Carolina. But the score isn't indicative of how bad Dorman played or how well. It's more indicative of just how good Arizona Compass Prep played, is what I'm trying to get at.
Makes sense. Uda at the line. Both free throws no good. Isaiah Brody tried to rip down the rebound, but it's gathered up by Jordan Surratt. Here's Davison Wright, back to Brizio. Brizio, a long 3, good! Jalen Brizio from downtown, 54-35, but it won't quite be enough. Uda will fake the 3. Uda going inside with the jam from the free throw line. Wow. What a finish there.
Making his way from London, England He made his way to the basket there in a big way.
A lot of highlight dunks from Arizona Compass Prep in this one for sure. Brizio. And he traveled.
It's the right call. He disagreed with it. He drugged the pivot foot after initially collecting the basketball. And a lot like last night in a game that's well out of reach. Unnecessary turnovers and unnecessary fouls.
Yeah, that summed up the ending of South Florence and Lexington yesterday, that's for sure. Here comes Udier, who just had the highlight reel dunk. Hands it off to Brody, just finishing out the final seconds. Step back three for Brody, and he got it! My goodness!
We now know why he's got offers from GCU, UCSB. Why is a three-star forward? Should have been an and one.
Yeah, it's twice now. I believe it was Pickens who had the three earlier in the corner. He thought he had the 4-point play potentially. Another foul here with literally 2 seconds left on the clock, but 59-35 our score. Arizona Compass Prep is going to improve to 12-0 on the season. Number 4 ranked team in the season in the nation will stay perfect on the 2020 season. Have another problem there on the floor.
A lot of perspiration made its way onto the court here in the second half.
Coming up next, Great Collegiate Academy, Trinity Christian.
Of course, of notes, this will be the last game of the showcase, first and last game of the showcase for Dorman. So we've got 3 games in session 3 tomorrow, 3 more in session 4. Spartanburg Christian in Greenville, Trinity Christian in Hartsville, followed by Winston-Salem Christian and Keenan. Looking forward to watching that Lions team again after that last win. 2.4 seconds to go. Final seconds ticking down, and the horn sounds, and that will do it as the Arizona Compass Prep Dragons take care of business, improve to 12-0 with a 59-37 win over the Dorman Cavaliers. And Josh, best way to sum this up, Arizona Compass Prep is a very, very good basketball team, and Dorman is too, but they're the number 4 team in the nation for a reason, and they did what they had to do.
Yeah, they're as good as advertised. They lived up to the hype coming in. They didn't travel all the way over here to put on a bad showing. Ty Washington, who got the player of the game, getting his picture taken with Mr. Rosefield and getting his polo for his great efforts tonight, really showed why he's a really high-level player. Creighton's getting a good one in him. And interested to see how this team plays tomorrow night against Ridgeview.
Yep, 59-37 your final. Next game, final game of day 2 coming up. The Great Collegiate War Eagles going up against the Trinity Christian Crusaders. For Josh Marlowe, I'm Jackson Kaplan. Thanks for tuning in for game 2. Hope you'll stick around for game 3 coming up next.
Great Collegiate, we need your starters. Trinity Christian, need your starters, please and thank you. Trinity Christian, Great Collegiate, need your starter lineup, please and thank you.